Okay, it's the 14th of February, Rabbi Levitt, Nefesh Hahaim. I'm expecting the plumber at any time, so I may disappear.
Okay. Thanks for telling us. So we'll know. Okay, so we finished Paragud base yesterday.
Ah, very
Very
good.
yeah. Yes, he ends off the last paragraph, basically the Nefesh Hachaim. He brings this Gemara in Eruvin, which says over there that one of the Amoraim said the name of one of the Tanoim, Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, actually, the one that became the Rosh Sanhedrin when he was 17, that he could ponder the whole world from the din of davening tefillah, because he says that the pasuk in pasuk says in I think it's in Mishlei, shikorim v'lo miyayin. We're all shikur, but not from yayin. And he says, Nefesh Hachaim says, and what should we say today, almost 2,000 years after Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah? We're even more shikur, not from yayin, because he says, people. It was, it was probably more difficult in Europe, but it's difficult for people today also. Life is difficult. And what that means is there's a bilbul hamoach, and there's tirdus and preoccupations and worries and concerns and all of that means that a person is not able to focus like he should on tefillah, and especially with the hechra kavanas, the lofty kavanas that the Nefesh Hachaim is talking to us about, that we should not focus on our own suffering, our own difficulties, our own lack of things that we think that we need, and only focus on the tsar that's caused to Hashem as a result of our averas and the fact that things are difficult for us. It makes Hashem tsar. So he says the focus on all of that is he acknowledges that I'm asking you a veld, a very, very tall order. But he says, nevertheless, we have to realize what tefillah is. It's incredible. He says tefillah today is like a korban. It's not like a korban. It is the korban that we have today. Tefillah is b'makom korbanos. Our chakris is the korban tamid of shel chakris, and our mincha is the that we daven is the communal offering of the tamid shel bein arbaim, and those things, those korbanos were they did tremendous things to help Klal Yisrael, to protect Klal Yisrael, to atone for Klal Yisrael. And the tefillah that we have today, even though we don't have korbanos, he says it's our korban, and it is a korban. So he arouses us to try as much as we possibly can to focus on the tefillah, because the tefillahs are they have the potential to be so powerful and so effective and so beneficial for us and all of Klal Yisrael. Bez Hashem. And with that, we're Messiah Perek Good Base. And a round of applause. Yay! Okay. And now we go to Perek Good Gimel, and we are continuing with Tefillah. And we call upon Meir to start off the reading for us today.
Okay, let's see.
Is Alex here? I don't know. He's not here.
I don't see him on the screen.
I don't see he's trying to get in. He didn't call me. Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, so it says V'ha'etza ha'yeutza al zeh hu kimo she'amar hamagid habeit Yosef ve'oz hara hasheni
All right, great, thank you.
shebereish hasefer magid meisharim.
Yeah, wow.
So what's this? The eights of the advice?
Yes, the Eitzah Hayutza, the Eitzah, which is the Eitzah, the primary advice that there is to give in this regard to strengthen our ability to daven a tefillah haguna, a proper tefillah. Hu kamo she'amar hamagid lebeis Yosef. It's like the Magid told the Beis Yosef, V'azhara Sheni, V'azhara Shnia, Shebereish HaSefer Magid Meisharim. You know that the Beis Yosef, we've said before here, he used to have a malach that used to come and tell him things that even the Beis Yosef didn't know, even though the Beis Yosef knew Kol HaTorah Kula, right? Inside and outside, Nigla and Nister. What did the Beis Yosef not know? Well, there's a sefer called Magid Meisharim that the Malach came and told him things that the Beis Yosef didn't know.
Wow.
And because Malachim, they know things, and so he wrote. This is recorded in a sefer called Magid Meisharim. The speaker, the Magid, who is Meisharim, who he knows what he's talking about. He tells it to you straight. Yashar. Okay, so let's see what it is that he says, and it's right at the beginning of the sefer, so we see that it must be very, very important and critical to know it, because it's one of the first things that's brought in the Sefer Magid Meisharim.
Okay, so he says, or it says, Lizaher milachashov b'shat tefillah b'shum machashava afilu shel Torah u'mitzvot ki'im b'tevot hatefillah atzmam. So
Right.
Be careful.
Right. These are here to be very, very careful. Be laksho from thinking b'shas tefillah at the time when you're davening and you're trying to focus on the words of tefillah and on the kavanas, the proper kavanas of tefillah, of what you're doing, and always, of course, having in mind that you're standing before Hashem. There's so many things that you have to think about, and to not be to disturb all of those things that you have to be involved with your heart and your mind, from being from having a shum machshava, any type of a thought that's not pertinent and relevant right now or necessary for the tefillah that you are involved in. Afilu shel Torah u'mitzvahs, even if it's a thought about Torah or mitzvahs, it's a heilig zach. But nevertheless, ki'im b'tevos hatefillah atzmam. That is what your machshavos should be involved with, the words of the tefillah themselves, and nothing else. And he said above, actually in the end of the parak of Parak Yud Beis, that we are all like Kohanim. We have a Kohen right here who's waiting to do it in the Beis Hamikdash.
Right.
Just give him the word, and he's ready to go. We're all Kohanim, because, like we said, that we are, with our tefillahs are bimkom. They are the korban. They're the korban that we have today. That's the avodah that we have today. and we know that the halacha is when it comes to a korban that the kedusha of the korban, the tahara of the korban, and the reach and the choyach, the pleasing fragrance of the Ratzon Hashem that's performed as a result of the korban depends all upon the machshava of the Kohen, who's bringing this korban, who's doing the avoda. At the time that he's doing all the different parts of the avoda, he cannot have a machshavas pigol, it's called, a improper machshava. Even we're not going to go into a rechus over here about what constitutes pigol, but it's even not, pigol is not simply because he's thinking about what he's going to have for lunch. Pigol is that he could be thinking that he's going to do the zrika of this korban chutz lemizbeach, outside of where it's not supposed to be done, or chutz lezman, outside of the zman that the zrika of the dam is supposed to be done. That itself is a machshavas pigos. We see how careful the Kohen has to be with thinking the right thoughts in order that the korban should be a proper korban. So this is the idea over here, that we are bringing our korban with our tefillah, and the machshava that we have has to be focused only on the tefillah itself, the words of the tefillah. Okay, Mary, you want to continue, please? Dok b'dvorov.
Okay, let's see. Dok b'dvorav shelo amar lekavein b'kavanat hatevot.
Dok b'dvorov.
What's that?
He should be like medakdek. He should be exacting and precise.
Oh.
With his words. Shelo yomar lekibun bekavanas hatevos. Shelo omar lechavein bekavanas hatevos. That he shouldn't say in having. They shouldn't say lechavein bekavanas hatevos, to have intention in the with the intentions of the words. It's a little bit difficult phrase to translate here in the middle of this 20-line sentence. Let's see what he says further if we can figure it out.
Okay, so we'll go on. Ki be'emet be'omek pinimiyut kavanat hatefillah. Let's see. It's a long sentence. Ein ata yodea ad ma ki gama she nitgala lanu kitzat kavanot hatfilah me robotenu arishonim zikronam livracha kedishay elyonim. So what in truth?
Okay, so yeah, he still didn't finish this sentence. A few more lines, but anyway, let's try to see what it is that he's saying over here. So readily apparent, actually. Dok b'dvorov shelo yomar lechavein. This is ki'im b'tevas hatfilah asmam. Dok b'dvorov. Oh, I think he's talking about the Malach. Dok b'dvorov. That's the other problem. There's what is being said, and there's and also the questions who is it being said to?
Oh boy.
Dok b'dvorov shelo amar lechabein b'kvanas hatevos ki be'emes. Dok b'dvorov shelo amar lechabein b'kvanas hatevos. Oh, you know what? This is once, yeah. Oh, 1 second. I gotta take this call. Just a second. Ken, there it is. Oh, okay. Very good. Oh, oh, wow. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, very good. Okay, thank you so much. Bye. So troubles. Okay. Okay. Dog b'dvoro shaloi omar l'chavei b'kavanas tatevos. It sounds like he's the Nefesh Chaim is saying that the Maggid was exacting with his words that one should not have kavana when he's having kavana in the words of the tefillah. Keep it emes ba'omek penimius kavanas atefillah, because the truth of the matter. Listen to this, because the truth of the matter is that emes is in the depths of the penimius, the inner essence, kavanas atefillah, of the intention and direction that a person should be focused on in tefillah. Ein itanu yodea adma. Ein itanu. There isn't with us to know adma, what exactly it is. Kigam mashin nisgala lanu, because that which was revealed to us, ketzas, a very small fraction, kavanos atfila, what the true meaning of the words of the tefillah. Right? We have to remember who's composing these tefillahs. These are Nevi'im. These are people that have Ruach HaKodesh, that are composing these words of the tefillah. And they gave great thoughts and meditated about them, and perhaps even, like we're saying, they received the prophets, perhaps even amongst them, and the Anshe Knesset Hagdolah even perhaps received nevuahs in regard to what words the tefillah should be. So when we talk about us being able to really, even though it looks to us, oh yeah, right, davening for panasa, yeah, right, you're davening for refuah shlema, yeah, I understand what these words mean, these words of tefillah, but every single word and every detail and the way that it's said, there are things that we can't even fathom, the depths of the intention that Anshe Knesset Gedolah had in these words. And so therefore he says that from the small amounts that Rabbeinu Harishonim, the Ramban and the Rambam and the Rashba, all the Gedolei Harishonim, Rebbe Eliona, that they revealed to us, Kadishe Elyonim, and they themselves, the Rishonim, of course, are lofty and great people. And then we got into the middle. I mean, that's as far as you read.
Okay, so let's go on. The Acharon Harav HaKadosh Ish Elokim Norah HaRizal.
I'm just giving you an update. I did not find the part in my car, so I'm going to run out quickly to a store nearby. And hopefully I should be back in about 15-20 minutes.
Oh, okay. Okay, so hold it. Let me see where Harizal Asher Hifli Gdil Asot Kavanat Niflaim Einan Be'erech Af B'tipa Min Hayam Klal Neged Pinimiyut Omek Kavanat Anshe Knesset Hagdolah Mihaknei Hatfilah Shehayu Mea ve'esrim zikenim umehem kama nevi'im. You're right about the length of the statement.
Oh, there we got we got a period over there, I think.
Right, that's what I went up to the period.
I think the of course, by the way, you should know that I mean, I'm not positive of this. I didn't ask him myself, but I think that it's pretty clear that the Nefesh Hahaim wrote the words of this sefer, just like all the Rishonim and the Achronim wrote the words of their Svorim, their manuscripts, even before there was a Svorim that was printed. The Rishonim didn't have printing presses. They just wrote it on a parchment. They didn't write with commas. They didn't write with periods. So who put in the commas and who put in the periods?
I think
They published the book. He put it in. So sometimes they're right, and sometimes they're not. Unless it's Art Scroll, because Art Scroll is always right.
Except when there's a mistake.
So I think I agree with the publisher that there should be a period over there. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so let's translate this. So he's saying that the ones who have revealed to us what they have revealed in terms of the meaning of the words and the intentions that we should have when we are saying the words of the tefillah, that the Anshe Knesset Gedola bequeathed to us in these words of Shemona Esrei, from the Rishonim that wrote about it, and then he says Va'ad Achron, until the last one. I was thinking, who's the last one? Isn't the last one Art Scroll? Not according to Nefesh Hahaim. The last one is Harav HaKodesh Ish Elokim, the holy the holy one who's the man of God, Nora, the awesome one, who Arizal. The Arizal, he's the last one that told us what the words of the tefillah means, says Nefesh Hahaim. What does he mean by that? It seems to me that what he means. Well, let's not get into an aricus. Let's not get sidetracked over here. And then he describes with great praise what the contribution that the Arizal made to our understanding of the tefillahs of Shemona Esrei. Asher Hefli Higdil Asos Kavonos Nefloim, that he revealed to us wondrous kavonos in the words of the tefillah. Nevertheless, all of that being said, Einam be'erech af katipa min hayam. This all that they have revealed to us, the Rabbanim, is only a drop in the ocean. Or no, it's not a drop in the ocean, he's saying. It's not even a drop in the ocean. Klal at all. Neged Panemius Omed Kavonos Anshe Knesset Gedola. When we think about the actual kavonos that the Anshe Knesset Gedola invested in these words that they passed down to us, who they were the ones that were Masaknei HaTefillah. They were the ones that instituted the words of the Tefillah. They gave us the text, and he reminds us that there was 120 elders of the Anshe Knesset Gedola, Umihem Kam Nevim, and there was a number of prophets amongst them. Zachari, Malachi, the last three. Chagai, Zachari, Malachi was there. So therefore what? He started off saying that So in other words, we have to be very careful. He says about the kavanas of the tefillas that we think that we are investing in when we say these words, because maybe in other words, maybe what we should do is just say the words of the tefillah, and think to Hashem and say, Hashem, I'm saying these words of tefillah of Anshe Knesset Gedola, and let all the kavanas that they had in the words of these tefillahs, let that all be regarded as though I have had all of these kavanas. And in fact, if you look in the preliminary tefillahs that have been composed down through the past 300-400 years, before we do Halakas Ner Chanukah, or before we do I'm thinking about that specifically. It says over there, if in some of these, if I don't know if you say these things, but there's a lot of people, particularly Hasidim, and they're very much into this more than other people. Spartan, I think, also. It says over there in these Yehi Ratzon that we should have Hashem, the kavanah, that the ones that instituted the Kohanim when they did what they did, and when they instituted the mitzvah, the kavanahs that they had in instituting the mitzvah, we should have those kavanahs. Please regard it as though we have those kavanahs when we are lighting our menorah. Okay.
So we, just to be sure, when we said at the very beginning to be careful to restrict one's thoughts during prayer to the words of the prayer themselves, when we say prayer, do we mean the Shemona Esrei or all the prayers that we say?
Shemona Esrei.
That's just the Shemona Esrei.
That's what we're saying. Shemona Esrei, yes. Tefillah means Shemona Esrei. Tefillah means Shemona Esrei.
But I assume
not that we shouldn't have kavanah for all the other words, but that's what we're talking about here. That the Anshe Knesset Gedola composed is the words of the tefillah, which is the Shemona Esrei. The Psukkah Zimra, that's those are the words of Tehillim and other it's not the Anshe Knesset Gedola. He's talking about the tefillah that was composed by Anshe Knesset Gedola, that's referring to the Shemona Esrei. So it's let's see what he says further about this matter. He's opened up a can of worms. That's what he's done over here.
Right.
If you hear what's the issue over here? Now, how could we have proper kavanah? We're trying to be mechaben to words that was composed by prophets. Who knows what their kavanas were and the lofty intentions that they invested in these words. So maybe chas v'sholom, that we hope that we're not doing a disservice to have kavanas that are not that they're improper, but they're not really it. It could be that they're not the full extent. They're certainly not the full extent of the kavanas that there are in these words. Okay, That's a little bit of where it is that he's coming from over here. And so therefore we have to be so careful with all the more so with what we are thinking about when we are saying these words. Okay, and with that we will. Oh, we got 8 minutes left. Okay, let's go to Roy to continue the reading. The Kol Mevin Yavin.
V'chol mevin yavin, delay say anash al yechesh sheyuchol l'saken takun niflo v'nora kaze l'cholo v'ligno b'matavo tefila kavua usadura benusach achad atikunim shel kol ha'olamos alionim v'sachatonim v'sidrei pirkei hamer kavod. Anyone who can will understand that there is no one currently alive, so to speak, who is capable of producing such an awesome rectification, incorporating and encoding the rectifications of all the supernal and lower worlds together with the arrangements of the components of the Merkava in a single fixed formula of prayer.
Okay, good.
All right. It continues. But do I continue or do you want to?
Yeah, let's continue.
All right then. V'shechal kol ha'am shemish palalin
Hi.
shemish palalin yugiram tikunim chadashim Consideror ha'olamos v'hakahos v'him shachas ha'achin hadashin acharim shemais shetikunu ad ba'is hana'al b'mahera b'yomeinu lo haya v'lo yishum tefila b'feratus domo b'chavrato em lo v'hacharato kolo. There's no one alive who was able to get into these words. The component with and in the lower supernal and lower worlds, together with the arrangements of the components of Merkava, a single fixed formula of prayer, such that with each instance of reciting this prayer formula, it causes new, unique rectifications to be effected in the arrangement of the worlds and powers and the drawing down of new mochin, which from the time of their institution until the redemption, there will never be any prayer instance which replicates any preceding or following prayer instance.
Yeah.
And what
should take new from the time that Anshe Knesset Agdola compose these words ad bias hagoel b'meherav yameinu until the coming of the Redeemer, and it should be soon. Until that time, lo haya v'lo yeh. There wasn't and there will not be shum tefillah b'pratus, any private tefillah that anyone could compose, no matter how great he is and how great of a scholar he is and a righteous person that he is. It will not be doma. It will simply be not comparable whatsoever. It won't be comparable to what the Anshe Knesset Gedolah did. So the tefillah of the Shemona Esrei is the greatest tefillah that we have had, that we ever had, and that we ever will have, until Mashiach comes. He says. I guess maybe when Mashiach comes, we'll even have a greater tefillah. Is what it sounds like, unless. But in terms of what the words of Anshe Knesset's Hagdolah do, that they create tremendous rectifications in all of the worlds. That the Nefesh Hahaim has told us that there's millions and trillions of worlds and new created worlds as a result of our Torah and our mitzvahs and the tefillahs of Anshe Knesset Gedolah. They knew how to do this. So therefore. So he's still in the middle of this sentence. No one would be able to make such a tefillah. Tefillah b'pratus, doma lechaberta, that it would be similar to this one that Anshe Knesset Gedolah made. Shekodem la la'achrei klal. Anything before or after it. Okay. So we're up to the Levushin, the Lavish, the Safra.
Yeah, I think the term mochin should be looked at for a moment. We've got just enough time.
Yeah.
I've got the footnote here. So that says that. So we said. Unique rectifications to be effected in the arrangement of the worlds and powers and the drawing down of new mochin. That is the bestowal from the intellect of God, mochin relating to Chochmah, Binah, and Dat, referred to as the three heads. It's in Gate 1, Chapter 16, was covered, and from which the midot are generated. And then we referred to a few footnotes about that. That we've seen before. So that gives some idea of mochin.
Okay, very good. In other words, the refers to the Chachma Bina B'das, these parts of the Spheros that are part of the Midos of Chesed, Gebura, and Tiferes, Netzach, Hod, and Yesod. Okay. Right. Oh, where did he say that was? In Shar Aleph?
Yeah.
Chapter
16.
16? Oh, Tes Ayin.
1:6.
Okay. He mentioned it over there, yeah. Okay.
Gate 1, 16. Oh, we might have a look. See. Chapter 14, chapter 18, chapter 17, chapter 16. Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Say, very involved. Very involved. The three heads.
Right.
The three heads. This is the secret of the three heads. It's eternal man whose essence is the six ends. It is known, as is explained, to understand in Etz Chaim.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Very good. So that's this is
Hmm.
a little.
So we start next time with tomorrow with the Levushin, the Levush.
Levushin de Lovish.
Yeah. Right.
The Safra. Lo Lovish Baramsha. Lovish Baramsha Bechule. Okay. Very good. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, we'll see that tomorrow. Bez Hashem.
Maybe we'll see you.
Okay, be well, everyone.
Garcia family.
Thank you, and you too.
Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you.
All the best, Mayor.
Okay, be well, Rabbi.
Yashikoya. Okay, so we'll be back when we're back.
Yes. Okay.